So the first thing that I do is preheat my stove, I was going to say oven, to about 4.5-ish. That's how my oven stove thing works. Then some of the veggies and things I'm going to use are red and yellow peppers. These are sweeter peppers. They have nice flavor, but they're not too bitter. And a onion. This is just a basic white onion because there are different types of onions apparently, as I'm learning to cook. And these are snap peas. They are delicious. You can eat them plain. I like adding them into my stir fry, as well as some green beans, a pair of tongs, because those are going to be pretty handy. And of course, your chicken breast. Some green onions for some extra flavoring. And for your spices, I'm using a bunch of cayenne pepper because cayenne pepper is really healthy for you, as well as some paprika, which is one of my favorite spices for flavoring. And most importantly, your soy sauce, because you can't have a stir fry without soy sauce. This one is 30% less sodium, which is where the healthy bit comes in as well. And then you're also going to need some extra virgin olive oil. This is one of the best oils to use when cooking for less fat and if you want to cook healthy. So take your olive oil, and I kind of just eyeball it, so I'm just kind of sloshing in a little bit there, and then you want to like spread it around so it's evenly distributed throughout the pan so that you're not burning any of the chicken and that you're getting that olive oil with the flavoring. This is kind of gross. I really didn't want to put this in the video because I think raw meats look gross, but here's me cutting some chicken breast, so for your entertainment. So obviously put your chicken breast in the pan on top of the olive oil and let it cook. Very, very basic. Here is the chicken sizzling. You can see the steam. But anyways, you just don't want any chicken that's like overlapping, so make sure it's like on its own. And then just flip your chicken once it starts to cook a little bit, when it's like white, and then flip it to the other side so that you can cook the other half of the chicken. Obviously, very common sense. And once the chicken's about halfway cooked, take your spices and like paprika and cayenne pepper like I am here, and just sort of add in your spices however much you like, and depends on how much you want to flavor your chicken. Everybody's different. So these are also the spices I'm using because I want my chicken stir fry to be very healthy. So paprika and cayenne pepper are two healthier type spices that add flavor, but I mean they're not like horrible for you in any way. So just sort of mix it all together. I just like to like slosh it together like this so that all the chicken can kind of get that, absorb the juices and of the spices. And then you want to turn down the heat because you've basically cooked your chicken and you're moving on to the vegetables. So cut your onion in half and then basically use whatever bits, I don't know, it's up to you how much onion you want to use. I like onion, it adds flavoring, but it's healthy for you. So I'm chopping up a bunch of onion and sort of adding that into my stir fry. Here's a look at that beautiful white onion going into the stir fry, and something I find effective is just kind of stirring in every ingredient individually after you put it into the stir fry so it like evenly distributes the flavor. So now I'm just chopping up a little bit of green onion. I don't want too much of this, so I'm just taking one piece out and cutting off that white end. There's two bits of the green onion. There's that part here that's closer to the stem it just has a little bit of different flavoring to it. So I'm using a bit of both. I'm chopping up the end that was closer to the stem as well and adding that to my stir fry. And then I'm chopping up some of the darker green that's from the top. I cut off the top bits that were kind of like from the very top. You want sort of like that midsection. I'm not putting too much of this in there, just a little bit because we got the bottom and I don't want to use too much green onion in there. And of course, like I had mentioned, just sort of stir it all together so it distributes the flavor throughout the whole like stir fry in the chicken. Now, my favorite part are the bell peppers. I love red and yellow and orange bell peppers. I just have red and yellow in this one. I haven't really used orange in my stir fries yet, but obviously cut it in half and you want to take out that middle core if you've not worked with bell peppers before. If you have, you know what to do with this. It's got the seeds. It's kind of like that, the stem or whatever, and you just want to get rid of that and take out the seeds. And then so I'm tapping it out, and then this middle section, there's like the root that kind of goes on there, so you want to just slice that right off the top because underneath is still good to use. And then you want to take this piece and just sort of slice it down the middle into little slices like this, and then each of them in half. I find this size is pretty good for a stir fry. You can do them as small or as large as you want. And of course, add them to your stir fry and mix it together. And it's the yellow pepper's turn. Basically they do the exact same thing. It's not complicated at all. For peppers, it's totally up to you. During Tone It Up, kind of was opened to new fruits and vegetables and different foods, so I kind of fell in love with peppers. I used to hate bell peppers. I just didn't like them, but now I really, really like them a lot. So I use them in other things too, but I really love them in stir fries especially. It's totally up to you what you put in your stir fry, but this one's full of really healthy veggies and lots of good healthy spices and low sodium soy sauce. So it's just really, really healthy for you and really great for if you're eating healthy and trying to get those greens and good veggies into your diet. So of course, yeah, like I said, stir it all together so you're distributing the flavor. And now the fun part is the soy sauce. I love soy sauce. I don't know what it is. I think it's freaking awesome and is such a nice taste. So I'm adding just a little dab right now and then sort of mixing everything into it, and it's really deepening the flavor of everything in the stir fry right now. Now, in order to get your greens, because it's very important to have your greens, it just isn't, I just don't think it's right without them. Anyways, I like green beans, so I decided I wanted to add them in there. What I'm doing here, if you're thinking this is weird, because maybe it is weird, maybe it's just me, I take off like the little end bits where it's like prickly from the root of the wherever the bean comes from. I don't know. I just don't like the taste of it or the texture in my mouth. So I kind of like peel them off and like pluck off those ends. And I put the whole bean in. You can pull them in half. I find you lose the little beans inside. But I really like the taste of them, and they're nice and crunchy. So they add texture to your stir fry. And we're stirring it together. Oh my gosh, my dad was making a pizza. Here I am making a healthy stir fry. My dad's making pizza. That's why there's a bit of pizza in the corner there. And then for the snap peas, I also like to take off the ends. Not all of them, just the ones that kind of look kind of gnarly looking. I don't know. I'm weird like that. If I comment below if you think that's something weird, or do you guys do that too? I just don't like those little end bits. They're like creepy, crawly looking. I don't know. I just don't like them. So I peel them off, and then I'm plucking and plopping in my oh, this is me having fun with the beans. Well, these aren't beans. What am I talking about? Snap peas. Snap peas. Jeez, get it together, Brianna. And so yeah, you can put as many or as little as you want in there. This I wanted to be like veggie packed, so there's lots and lots of veggies in this. And then again, stirring it all together. And I'm taking here my final dab of soy sauce. I just wanted to put it in before so you really get that flavor cooking, and then adding this final bit here to flavor the green bits of your stir fry. And I'm adding some more yellow peppers because there wasn't enough. It wasn't aesthetically pleasing to the eye. There wasn't enough yellow in there. And just a tiny dash of salt and pepper. Like, you can skip this. Sometimes I don't put this in there, but tiny, tiny dash of it. And yeah, just mix it all together. The salt and pepper just adds some extra flavoring, but you're pretty much done. So it's all kind of simmered in there as you've been adding pieces, so you can see it's fully all cooked. And there you go. You have a yummy, super healthy, delicious chicken stir fry. Enjoy! Please subscribe for more videos if you want to stay up to date. It's completely free. Hey! Take the cucumber away! Oopsies! I can't get no satisfaction. Stop! You go back on there. I don't want to record me doing chicken. Ew, I hate cutting chicken. It's so nasty. What is the lifespan of beans?